don't ever think the consequences. They'll hold my enemies, leave them leaking my intention.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of To Beans and Pod. My name is Erica, and I'm here joined with my co-host, Downer.
What up, what up, what up?
And this episode 27, we're talking about. I'm gonna let Downer better explain the topic.
Why did you put it on me?
He chose it,
But-
and I played, and so I'm not really too sure about how exactly he wants to address it. Since he chose it, I'm letting him
So-
address it.
What I wanted to speak about is, with all the other shit going down and, things like that, there is fucking sex trafficking going down, pedophilia, and then there's fucking people out here, that just have mental illnesses at the same time. And I think that there's, a little bit of confusion with some, as far as, in my opinion, because I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not saying that it is what it is. It's just I don't believe that when you're involved with shit like, pedophilia or human trafficking and shit for sex and things like that, some people try to confuse that and say, oh, they're mentally ill. They don't know, whether you're the abuser or you're the one fucking, conducting business, however you want to look at it. I think they're just fucked up individuals, And what brought me to this was an actual individual, that I really strongly suggest you guys go check her out. Her name is Lovely Peaches, and the homie Zod was, brought it up, on his podcast. So I thought, like, man, you know what? I remember hearing about this female, and I didn't really go too into things because it was straight up. It was just like, but I didn't know to what. I didn't research. I didn't go look at what was going down or anything, But he happened, I guess, to come about it, and he was like, man, his I guess title was like, I don't know how this bitch is still alive and shit, And I was like, oh damn, like, okay, So I just took a look at his thing, and then he would like, told me, hey, go check that there, but suggested like. If she's doing bullshit like that, she's stating it. I don't see it where we could see it, but she's speaking about it. And she's speaking about molesting her daughter, how her daughter, since the day she was born, she hopes that she fucking dies, that she gets tortured, and like weird shit, And then she like flips out on social media going down. They found 123 kids, 123 kids during the little sting, like that's a fucking lot of kids, what I'm saying? Ranging from 9 to 14, that were like proven that they either were being abused, sexually abused, used as fucking sex slaves, and so it was like, what the fuck, And I just think it's important, you know what I mean? And I think it's something we need to talk about. Is it a fucking mental illness, or what is it? Like, so that's where we're at. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm. Cause, hold on. Sorry, is he leaving? All right. So I'm sorry about that. So that's what I wanted to talk about, and then I thought it's important that that we'll bring it up, and we need to figure out, because to me, it's easy. You know what I mean? You're a male or a female. Chop your motherfucking shit off. Chop your motherfucking hands off. Fucking kill you. Whatever it is just not okay in my books. So that's where I'm at with it. And I just would like to know, what other people's opinion. What do you think? So I told Erica, she could, have her opinion on what she thinks. And like we said, we're not medical doctors, so we're not saying this as a factor. Oh, this and this and that's what's going down, or
So
this is
I
what you
should
can
have, I should have done my research on it. I was like supposed to be doing my research on it. I felt some type of way, just hearing, about it, because it's not a comfortable topic overall. So I felt some type of way. I was hesitant initially to even want to discuss it, but actually I didn't take the time out to research the particular female that he's talking about. But I do believe that there is I don't even think it's a fine line. I think there is like a real clear distinction between mental health and straight up pedophilia. You know what I mean? Like that, yeah, like a crime. You know what I mean? I think it's a I don't think it's a fine line. I think it's a real clear distinction. I think it's pretty clear, obvious when somebody has mental health issues.
But I mean, so the reason I'm like I
So
said,
some people, are you saying like some people might say pedophilia is mental health?
yeah, and then the reason
issue?
I'm saying it is because you guys know about the one dude that just got released from, like, I think he got busted in like early 2000s, and he did his time. It was, I don't know if you want to say he did his time because it was a fucking hospital. But that's where the motherfucker was at. And he just got released. He fucking hit one state. That shit got fucking crazy. And it's a rape, torture, kill motherfucker. That says that, like, he literally speaks like just like this fucking crazy female about what he wants or thinks some kid should go through, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what? Like, how are you in a fucking mental hospital? Like, again, I don't know. I think that there's like easy ways to deal with these kind of people, but hey, I'm not the one running this government. I'm not the one saying what laws are put in, how you should work them or not. But I just, they're not. He didn't show any signs of craziness, but this fucking female does, like, literally, where she hits herself on live, like she acts in like a third person, I mean second person and shit, and um fucking paints herself weird. Like, if you guys think that the last Joker movie was like, what the fuck, like, this female paints herself like ridiculous, like, and she's like, she's cute, and then you have people on there engaging with her. Oh, you look so cute. I don't know why people don't like you, and I'm like,
I think that's mental health.
what the fuck,
More
like,
so than anything else, the people who are they're engaging.
Like, she
yeah,
has a
that's
fucking,
mental
she
health.
has 40,000 followers. I'm not even bullshitting you. Go look her up. And
Yeah, I'm like, I think I had a hard time. Like, even how he said, go look her up. I'm like, I have a hard time because it's kind of like that thing where we were talking about last time with the whole racist thing, where it's like, oh, all of a sudden people were like looking up this one guy and he had so many views on YouTube and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of goes hand in hand with that. Like, so when you're talking about things like this, right? And then you're like saying, and this is her YouTube channel, and this is, and go look at it, right? Like, are we exploiting that? Are we kind of like also contributing to the fact that this girl's getting so many views? You know what I'm saying? And what for what purpose? Like, when you were like, go look at it, okay, go for what purpose too? I'm kind of like to be grossed out. I'm grossed out and disgusted just hearing you say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what would be the purpose of me going in and looking at it and telling somebody else to go and look at it?
so to me, it's like, the reason is why is because, one, I don't even understand how she has a platform still. And again, I don't run fucking social media, but yet then you post a fucking picture of someone fighting and it gets flagged. So I believe that with letting people know, hey, check this out about this person or something, and go verify what I'm saying and stuff like that, um, is correct. So you could see, and maybe some of you guys are gonna flag her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's gonna be up to you what you're doing. What are you there for? You verify, look at it. What do you do? I'm not going through all her pictures and liking them and giving them thumbs up and hearts and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be up to you. Are you gonna be the 40,000 cycles that follow her for amusement, or are you gonna be the type of person that's gonna be like, what the fuck? Maybe report it, speak up, say something, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I didn't do any of that. I didn't report her or do anything like that just because I had already knew about her. So it was just like, okay, I just wanted to reassure myself, like, okay, it was right what I was thinking because like I said, I didn't do really any thorough research the first time. I just kind of heard about it. I was like, oh, this fucking girl's crazy. You know what I mean? With some of the comments that they were saying about what she was saying. But yeah, she's literally saying and going on. She has YouTube. If you go on YouTube, she has videos on YouTube speaking like outrageous shit that I'm not even lying to you guys. Like of sexual acts. Her daughter's only 5. When her daughter was 2 years old, with her boyfriend, and things she has done to her child, and she just got her child back. And I don't know. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. That's why you know what I mean. I think that there's a very fine line with how many fucking cycles we got out here, and we need to stop acting as like we can't do anything about it. Because I'll tell you right now, straight up, like I think I seen a video of her getting beat up one time. I don't know what the circumstances were or what, but there was like 10 other people just right there chilling, recording and laughing and shit. And it's like, um, where do you stand on that? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not with any of that. Like when it comes down to kids and shit, like there's not even a question of where I'm at with it, how I feel about it, or anything like that. But I'm just amazed, like Zod, the homie Zod said, that she's still walking around. And I'm not saying, hey, go kill her. So don't take my words out of like, I'm just amazed. Like how can how can this be like the okay is like normal or something? So because of that, people are I feel will start to be, oh, she's just sick. She's crazy. Like she's not really like, no, she's beyond far from crazy. There's something else there. That she might have mental issues, but her thought process is just like no. I don't know what it is about her child that why she feels that strong, but that's just her. So what about all these other people? You know what I'm saying? That are going around like the Maxwell fucking Heina with Epstein. Her thing was like she never really said, "Hey, yeah, I went to go get these girls for sexual work and things like that." But the way she like kind of said it in her like little deposition is she might as well be saying that. And she just had a like deposition, and it's like okay, and now this bitch is just chilling in jail somewhere when we don't know how many hundreds or it could have been 2 kids, but one is already too many. You know. So I think it was a good. I think it's important for us to speak about these subjects and not act like because we said it before. Not act like these are not. This is not going down around us. And
Yeah,
then
it's like to me, I shouldn't have been so surprising, I think, but it's been really surprising what the whole Epstein scandal and even like I think just like Me Too and you know what I mean, like and all the sexual harassment, just the whole fact of how much sex plays into a lot of the like evils. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it's just they people use sex like when it's like you got money, it's like okay, it's like fuck it, it's a fuckery, literally.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like we have nothing else to do. We can buy anything we want to. So now the only thing that we have left is how do we demean people at their most? You know what I mean? Like it's a straight up fuckery.
yeah. So I just think
So
it's and this, like I said, this isn't something that it just has started and I'll be honest with you, like I've always said, I'm never um I never want to ever make anyone or give somebody an assumption as if like um, only certain people do that. That shit's all over everywhere. Everybody does that. That shit got no color line. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker right next door to your house. It's as easy as this. Usually, the person that's doing some shit like this is somebody close to you. So I just want you to know. I don't
because
want.
they have to be close to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I just don't think that some people should be this even goes back to a post that I did this morning earlier today, where the reason I'm saying and speaking about the difference that it's not a mental thing is because people try to influence people to think a certain way, for their own fucking agenda, So, and like I said, I'm not no doctor. I'm not saying go by my view, but that's my opinion how I'm gonna live, how I'm gonna conduct myself. I don't fuck with pedophiles, and I don't fuck with motherfuckers that fuck around with women or traffic women at any age. You know, um, and that's my stance. You know what I mean? And it's not a mental issue. You know what I mean? It's not where you could send somebody away and give them a couple of pills or shit like that, like they've done. All those give them some, lower doses of whatever the fuck, so he doesn't have hormones for through his hormone, whatever the fuck they do. And it's like so to see where like how the guy works, like what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like no, fuck this dude. You know
So
what I'm saying?
I'm like, because I think I know you were saying like castrating or whatever, but is that effective? Like
Castrated?
talking, like talking
I don't know, but you ain't got no dick to do
realistically,
nothing no more. And
but
you ain't gonna
but that
have hands.
oh
You know what I'm saying?
oh
Like
hands.
what are you gonna do then? You know what I'm saying? It's like there isn't there see the reason I know you guys be like, what the fuck fool, you're crazy.
I get
No.
the hands, I
No,
guess,
it's like
because then you can't
it,
even grab somebody or force. It's like you
right.
have no hands, right? Like
Yeah,
I'm
like
threatening, can you be? You can't grab somebody,
yeah.
right?
Like take the whole
But for
fucking limb.
females, because there's a lot of female pedophiles too. Like, and a lot of people don't refuse to or are ignorant to the fact or whatever, right? But
Right.
so for females, what would it be?
Same
Like,
thing. I'm gonna take your shit too. I'm gonna fucking do something. There's has to be something that with all this plastic surgery that females get, don't come with me with that. That there's no somehow, some way or something. Try to hit. You know what I mean? So
right.
there has to be things that we can do, but what is inhumane, right? Well, I think it's fucking inhumane that
What they did,
what
because
you're doing to
you're
the
literally
child.
taking souls, like
You
seriously,
know,
because
like
once you do that to somebody, it's like their life has changed. Like, so you're literally taking souls,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
So to me, it's like that's where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? I won't tolerate it. I don't fuck with it. I don't, And the reason I say this too is like, um, I'll be blunt. People, we've kind of talked a little bit about it before. I'm not sure how much we talked about it, but the reason I'm saying it is because um, it has happened to me. It has happened, where I've been sexually abused by my uncle, and he didn't only do it to me. He did it to a couple of my fucking I think 5, 6, or 7 of my cousins and shit, girls and guys, and it's like they don't think nothing is wrong with it. He's just chilling in Mexico. They're hiding that fool out. My mom still sends that puto money every so often. I'm sure the brothers do too, So it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where it's like, what is it? You think that's a mental issue because this fool's still probably doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like he even has daughters, and so it's just like I feel real strong about it. And I think it's I wanted to have a fucking topic and episode of just this, and it ain't nothing mental. The putos are drunk. He's over there chilling, like nothing, So my thing to it is, of course, be careful, you know, as far as like who you have around your children, straight up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and do you leave people alone, because there's no cure, there's nothing, it just continues to happen. So, and am I saying keep your kids indoors and locked up? Nah, So it's just I don't know, like it is what it is, like and I just think we have to do something as far as and so yeah, it's just like you just gotta like find different measures, I guess, to or be safe. Find safety precautions or something because it is happening, and it has happened for years. It's not something that's new, and I think without us talking about it more, as open as I know, it's a very tough. like Erica was saying, it's kind of damn, how do you talk about this, um, until we could ignore that and actually just speak about it. I think it'll be more like, oh fuck, you're gonna get called out on it, or things like that, So just be careful. Don't allow certain motherfuckers in your house. Kids. I've always thought kids are very. They'll tell you by just their actions of someone. And you don't even know it. Like and I know it's like, what are you talking about? The kid's gonna tell me, no, bro, they're not gonna tell you exactly like that. But you know what I mean? Like some kids really just. It's like a dog, and I know you're gonna be like, what do you mean like a dog? Dogs, I believe, also. Um, if they don't like somebody, there's like a reason to it. Dogs just don't fucking wild out on unless that's what you do with your dog and shit. You have a guard dog, but so I just listen to your kids. I've heard people fucking say shit like, "Are you sure?" or "Oh, let's just be quiet," or if it happens again, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? There has to be a better stance than that, in my opinion. And like I said, we have to talk about it. We have to, as I know it's kind of embarrassing for a long time for myself, but that needs to happen too, where people that feel victimized, you know what I mean, speak up about it.
Yeah, because the perpetrators, they bank on the fact that the victims feel so ashamed of it that they're not going to speak on it. They bank on it. They're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So the more people
Yep.
start speaking on it, then it's like, oh shit. Then people are gonna start being like scared about like, oh shit. Actually, people speak on shit. Um,
That's how I would do it.
Nero's on. He said, "What's up?"
What up, Nero? So that's how you gotta deal with it. We got it's like I said, it's not a. I used to think for a bit like, oh, it's like a uh, poor people, right? I don't know how to say it, or less fortunate. That's where it happens more. Fuck no, it's like this shit's like at the upper highest levels of government, all the way down to like the least more poorest person in the world, I guess. Like it's just and that's where I'm starting to be like, fuck, man. You know what I mean? Like, I have kids. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
And we have
fortunate
grandchildren.
enough right now that I hope nothing like that's been going down, and they feel good enough to come and tell me or Erica like, hey, But again, they're and, even while they're being victimized, they're being mentally fucked with. Like where you're never supposed to be able to. You should never feel like I can't go talk to my mom or my dad about something. That's your mom and your dad. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what it is. You know what I mean? You should never feel ashamed about it. You know what I mean? Like I'm like I said, I'm telling you because Erica will tell you she didn't know shit about nothing for a long time. So I
We
came out.
were, I mean, I've known him for what, 26, 27 years? 26 or 27 years, and I think it was just only like maybe 10 years ago that I found out.
So it's like, um, don't I don't know. What I mean? To each his own. I can't even say. I feel bad saying like, don't feel embarrassed or because what am I? Who am I to tell you how to feel like that? But I could just say that I do understand. I know what you guys are going through. And if you guys see shit like this, like speak up. You know what I'm saying? Like say something. Because trust me, like if you don't say shit, it's gonna continue to happen, not only to you but to someone else. You know what I mean? And it's something that like I will reiterate again, it ain't a fucking mental issue. Mental health, that's a whole nother thing, like that's people that like um I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I guess, people that have bipolar, schizophrenia, like those are things that I could understand. Um I'm not saying those people engage in those type of what I mean, crimes and shit, but if that person, if schizophrenia, for example, if they kill, it could be an episode that they're tripping on. It's not like they really want to kill. See, that's what I think is the difference. And these fucking pedophile motherfuckers, they get a thrill or like a sensation or something out of it. You know what I mean?
It's like saying serial killers are mentally ill.
Yeah, no,
Would
them
be the same
motherfuckers are
thing.
not mentally ill. You're a serial killer.
Mhm.
You're not mentally
It's the
ill.
same thing as saying a pedophile is mentally ill, or
Yeah.
a rapist is mentally ill, because pedophiles and rapists are pretty much, I think, in the same category for me at least.
No, I mean, it should be for anybody. I know some people, um, and why I say this too is because see, some people, we're just talking about. There was a post that I'm not even gonna say who posted it. Somebody I follow that I fuck with. A female posted a post where her post stated, um, "Why are you trying to act like you never were hitting on me when I was 13?" I was like, "What the fuck? Who the fuck is she talking to?" But I came and I told Erica, like, yeah,
Oh, sorry, I don't remember.
hold on. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
man,
what
damn.
happened? I don't remember.
So I came and I told Erica, I was like, damn, Erica, that's true though. Like I'm gonna keep it 100. Like we always say, this is what the show's about. Paisas are some dirty motherfuckers sometimes. You know what I mean? And it's like I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Where a paisa will like, and what I mean by that, I'm gonna correct myself, but I'm just saying that that's my example. I used to see a paisa, right, and that fool be hollering at like an 11-year-old girl that you could tell she's pretty young, maybe 12 at the most, and they're like, "I Julia" or something, and it's like, what the fuck, Like I haven't seen it as prevalent, I guess that's how you could say it. Now, but when I was growing up, I seen that shit, and I used to talk shit to fools because I would see them do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I had sisters, So it's like I just seen it. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, what the fuck. But my point of it is, it isn't just paisas. You know what I'm saying? There's homie motherfuckers that will fuck around as long as nobody knows. They'll be over there fucking around or trying to get at some young ass girl. You know what I'm saying? So, um, are they fucking pedophiles? I don't fucking know if they are or not, but that ain't okay in my book. So you know what I mean? In my book, I am gonna treat you like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're, at over the age of 18 and you're fucking around with like some 12-year-old or something, it's like that's I don't give a fuck what state or country. And the sickening part of things like this is like there were certain states that were trying to push for like a lower age for like marrying women and shit. And it's like, what the fuck? In Mexico, I don't think it's,
I think it's 15.
so like it's like, damn, for real?
I don't think they need parent consent.
Like at 15 years old, you could just marry her because she says okay. I don't even think like I'm not trying to be fucked up. I'm not a girl, but I'm just like you're still young, like um what you think versus what a 12-year-old, a 25-year-old, even a 35-year-old, your thought process is way different. It's not the same. So it's like that's why people say don't look at porn. Because imagine, if you're looking at porn at 2 or 3 years old and they're showing you this, you probably wouldn't be able to decipher. Oh, this is not normal. You know what I mean? That's why you do feel like, oh shit, somebody catches you watching porn because it's like, oh, what the fuck? It isn't normal. You know what I'm saying? So and that's just where I'm at. It's not a mental illness, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, because I've seen, like I said, I've seen people of age where it's like, wow, you are not crazy, motherfucker. I know you. So it's just crazy. I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like I get angry talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck. I wish I could punch somebody.
I have a hard time talking about it, so that's why I'm so quiet, guys. So it's just yeah, it's a hard time talking about it.
So I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if you guys do think it's a mental illness. If there's something that you could like factually give me where it's like this, and this, and that. I'm down to listen to you. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna agree with you, but I'm down to listen to whatever you got to say or whatever. But there's and this is why I say, because for mental illness, I know there's some mental illnesses that they're uncurable. They're just, it is what it is. But um, so I see when I actually see um, I don't know how to even say it other than like the pharmaceutical being in it, and all of a sudden, like, people are being treated as like, I don't even know how to say it, like, because it doesn't make sense to me. You know, well, what the fuck would they treat you for? You know, what are they gonna do? Try to show you like a little kid and see if you feel aroused or something? But like that's already sickening. It's not even. It's not like a. Can't even go there. We're trying to see how they could maybe come up with. Oh, you know, it's a mental. You know, just it happens to some people. No, fuck that. You know, and I know some are gonna say people are gonna try to be like, well, it's because you know you have some personal like involvement or emotion towards it, so that's why you speak how you know. But it's not that. You know what I mean? Is I was over that shit. You know, like I didn't talk about that shit for a long time. You know, and then when I finally did talk about it, the only reason I spoke about it was because um I found out people were talking to the motherfucker like nothing. You know, so that's just what it was. It was more like a, hey, what the fuck? Because you know, like I said, we spoke about it before. I took it further. It wasn't just a, oh, I'm going to talk about it. I told everybody that I could know in my family, hey, I know you're fucking whoopty whoop, this punk motherfuckers, this and that. You know? So, you know, I think we need to talk about it more. We need to bring it up, you know, and let our kids know that there are people like this out there, like, you know what I mean? And despite how much we would try to block them from it or not put them in those positions, it's hard because, like I said, it might be that motherfucker that could live with you. It could be your boyfriend, like that weirdo fucking girl that I'm telling you, saying that her fucking 2 year old sexually advanced her fiance, and that like you know that how the fuck do you do how do you come up with that? You know what I'm saying? A 2 year old child cannot sexually um, come onto you in any way, shape, or form. That doesn't make sense, you know. So that's where I broke it down into the mental or not, because some people I think believe that that girl fucking is mentally fucked up, and she might be, but that's not all she is. You know what I'm saying? I believe she's a fucking pedophile. I mean, she spoke of shit she did, so she is. It's not even a you know, and that's on her. You know, if it's not true, because I'm like I said, we don't have evidence, you know. But she's speaking about it, like she's very nonchalant, like, "Hey, this is my day today," you know. So I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I think that it's nothing. There's there's no cure, there's no hiding because it's in our homes. What do we do? What's the next step? You know, what do you think? I don't know. You know what I mean, like, how do we deal with this if we are not talking about it? Because I think
I
by
think
staying
that's what
quiet,
it is. No, for sure. That I keep saying that that's what it is, but it's still, it's just so hard. Like even just the thought of like, like how you expose, like you, like it's in my, I'm rubbing my belly as I'm talking to him. Like just the thought of it, it turns my stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like the thought of like even women who have been raped, like coming out and being like, "Who this fucking happened to me?" Like right away, like being like, it's just questioned right away. It's so like, you know what I mean? Like even with kids, like how you said, "Are you sure?" How do we get out of that? Are you sure? Because I think it's kind of having a conversation as to how to respond to. Maybe we need to have some sort of education on how to respond to somebody disclosing that they
yeah.
had a sexual something like done
And
to
I think
them.
our laws need to change, like for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that a law too. You know what I mean? Because like, so how are some of these motherfuckers getting like, 2 to 3 years for molesting 4 or 5 kids and shit, and then some dude that I don't know how to put it because I know it's not gonna fit, but I don't know. Just say for example, I get caught beating somebody up. You know what I'm saying? I could get almost the same time. You know, and it just doesn't make sense. And I know you could say, well, um, you're physically harming someone too or some shit, you know. So you know it seems about right, you know, like nah, you know, no, hell no, like the what happens to you as a kid when that shit's going down, um, and if you know that's never happened to you, your mind fucking trips, you know, like you literally trip almost like where it's a normal thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it gets fucked up because I think once you know the people that's being victimized start relating to it as if like um it's normal, it's more. I would say um you could get caught up in it again somewhere else, or you could be like whatever when there is a 21-year-old trying to hit on you and you're 13, like you don't think that's not normal. You know what I mean? So it's far beyond. Oh, it's just it's not that bad. It's not like you're killing them or something. You know what I mean? Like, nah, fuck that. You really fucking are mentally fucking with these people brain and how they are gonna think in the future or how they're gonna conduct themselves. You know what I'm saying? And 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 then it's fucking fucked up, you know, because I've heard people that I've just heard on TV and things where like oh like I was a victim and then they became the fucking what do you call it, the perpetrator or whatever, they become the child molester, you know what I'm saying? And it's like damn, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just harsher sentences straight up and something like because it ain't scaring them to go to jail because they're segregated from the normal motherfuckers. You get what I'm saying? Because even in prison they're protected. So we have all these things out here, right? Where they let you know that they're out, and that's cool. You know what I mean? But then that goes down too. Like I said,
I mean, Nicki Minaj's husband is going to court right now because he's living in California and failed to register as a sex offender that he is. Nicki Minaj's husband.
I thought it was her brother.
No, her husband.
Oh God, what the fuck? I don't know that. You get what I'm saying? You see that?
I don't know what the offense is. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, facts are facts.
No, yeah,
but it's registered as a sex
but it's like this. Yeah.
So even if the story is he's not like a pedophile or somebody who's risk or something like that, he could have been. Oh, he got caught pissing in public, and with that, you have to register as a sex offender. Because it's exposing yourself, So who knows what it is? But the fact of the matter is that he slipped through the cracks. So if he slipped through the cracks, we know how many people también like slip through the cracks, right? Like, yeah. It's like, oh shit, we've been here for that long, and oh damn, we didn't know. Well, for that long, 2 months, a week, what I'm saying? Like, is enough time, right? Like to.
There was a case in I forgot. I think in New York, too, where like. They had, um, I think it was like, I don't know if it was a rehab for them fuckers, whatever, because I know they have this weird ass place in Florida that's like, what the fuck? Like a little fucking town of nothing but them motherfuckers. It's like a little trailer park and shit. So I don't know exactly what the one in New York was, but what tripped me out was it was like in front of a school. It's like, okay, fucking give them the fucking, like, you might as well be bringing the kids to these bastards. You know what I mean? Where it's like, that's what I'm saying, where it's like, I mean, we have priests, you know what I'm saying, that were caught. You know what I mean? Let's not forget that shit. And what were they doing to them? Oh, smacking them on the hand,
relocating them,
giving them like suspension, but with weird pay. And a new home.
And sending them somewhere where they wouldn't want to be as a kind of castigo.
Yeah.
Like, oh, te vamos a mandar al pueblo allá donde no hay nadie en el desierto, cabrón. But allá en el desierto donde no hay nadie también hay niños.
Yeah, so it's just like, what do you do? I mean, it's way up here. You know what I mean? So that's just things that I think for sure. Talking about it more. You know what I mean? I know, like I said, I don't want to. Not encourage you, to not say nothing, but I do want to encourage you, as strong as you know you can be, because trust me, you know, um, I don't know, like to me, when I spoke up about it, like I said, they didn't really do too much, but I did feel like I could talk about that subject. And before it was weird to me, like if people talked about the subject, I was the quiet as fuck. Like, I just wouldn't say shit, like oh shit, and it's because to me, like that's why I'm saying, that it fucks with you. Is like, um, my sexual abuse wasn't like, um, I didn't get fucking done in my butt. That's how you guys want to know. So it's like, and I'm not trying to be like way out. I'm just that's not what happened. It was other shit. You know what I mean? So it was like, um, I just fucking replay it, blah, 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 and a lot of times, like, I used to have nightmares of a motherfucker chasing me, and as soon as that shit went, I stopped dreaming about that shit.
As soon as you talk about that?
Yeah, it's like I don't remember getting chased through the fucking thing no more. I used to get chased through like these little bushes, to me, I never knew who it was, but it was so scary, you know. And it was like to me, it was like my uncle. I didn't know, but that's what I felt like. It was something like that was gonna happen to me, so I had to keep running. So it's just like that's what I mean as like growing up. You like I don't know. I mean, imagine me being like that, right? And I'm not saying that I have something wrong with me and oh I need some help. No, but imagine I'm gang banging. I have this shit in my head, you know what I mean? That I'm like, fuck, 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 fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't say nothing to nobody. Subjects get brought up, and I don't really want to talk about shit. I don't even have an opinion. I just be like, whatever. And then once I found out it happened to someone else is when I spoke up, right? So it's like, imagine, like, I was used to think in my head, like, imagine all the time I didn't say shit. Like, damn, my cousins. Like, I have girl cousins that this who did that to, that I'm like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not gonna put them on.
Were you the first one? Sorry, were you the first one to talk about it?
Yeah.
Out of the whole family?
Out of everybody, I was the first one to pop it out. Like, and I don't know as far as like my cousins and their family, you know what I mean? But I mean, like, where we all knew and I broke that shit out. I'm the one that said, hey, check this out. And it ain't okay. We need to stop acting like this is a fucking like there's nothing wrong here or why this bitch ass fool you guys moved them out of nowhere and he's in Mexico chilling. And then like so that's why I mean like it has further issues with some people. Imagine the people that don't ever let it out and die fucking with struggles. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. You know what I mean? I just think it's fucked up, man. Like it's fucked up. You know what I mean? And that's why I thought it's something that we need to talk about, and I'm okay about talking about it. I don't have a problem, I used to think, like, man, was they gonna think I'm fucking gay or what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like, but I'm not gay. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, and I'm not saying I have something against gay people.
I'm not gay, even if you were.
But I'm just saying, like, like that.
But you don't want to be identified as something that you're
not.
Yeah. If you're gay, you don't want to be identified as straight.
Yeah.
Either,
so that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? I was afraid of shit like that, or people be like, oh fuck, like, oh that fool chismeando, because they do, people do. I don't give a fuck. Even to right now, like my mom initially was like, she said some bullshit like I was old enough and to know what was going down or some shit she has said, right? And I'm like, what the fuck, moms, whatever. Like I said, but that's why we need to talk about shit like this. You know what I mean? And because as much as it's gonna be sound fucked up, like some people that know my mom never knows my mom, he's gonna be like, what the fuck, like, hey, it is what it is, fuck them people. I don't fuck with them, you know what I'm saying? Like for a long time, imagine, I would be like, oh mom, and then I would see this punk fool come to my house, and I would see my mom like love him, oh get drunk with this fool because my mom would drink. We all drink in my family, we would drink, we would have parties and shit, and it's like, fuck, they used to fucking amp me up, But I'm like, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what I really think is this: we might not do shit to some people, but I'm telling you, when they got to answer to God, trust, because That's on some other shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I just think that it's a subject that we should talk about. I hope that if there's anybody out there, you know what I'm saying, that like I'm not even lying, I'm not even bullshitting, you know, that you guys want to talk, you know what I'm saying, or just let some shit out, you know what I mean? I'm not listening to you, you know what I mean? Can't really give you too much information as what you should do, because it's gonna be up to you to do what you want to do, or speak up whenever you want to speak up, you know. But believe me, you're not the only one out there. Um, these bitch ass fools, like Erica said, are banking on the fact that you don't say shit, you know. And I think that it's almost like a liberating thing, you know. Once you do talk about it and you're willing to talk about it, you know, it's gonna be hard. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then. And like I said, there will be chismosas. There will be people trying to say that it might not be true, or all this other bullshit, you know. And you know what the fuck's up or what isn't. You know, don't let them fuck with you to make you feel like you're a piece of shit for talking and bringing them out on blast or putting them on blast. No, they're the piece of shits. They're the punk motherfuckers. You know, they're the nasty bitches, not you. You know what I'm saying? So just, you know, I think it's something I wanted to bring up, and I know we didn't touch on mental health a lot because like I said, I don't know a lot about mental health. I mean, I know about it, like I know what it is, or you know, but I just, to me, I wanted to make sure, and I wanted to use my platform to say that there's a fucking clear, fucking distinguished. Now, I don't know, but it's not the
I
same.
know what you're trying to
You
say.
know, it's not the same.
Uh-huh,
You know, it's not the same. They don't need just a fucking pill or therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no. Once, you know, so that's my opinion. That's where I'm at. That's where I stand. You know, I don't know if Erica wants to say anything else. You know, but again, I'm just gonna encourage you guys. That whenever you're ready, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Because um, these fucking people need to be fucking like for real. Like,
And I think that I do want to say I think that there's laws that I heard that there's like a lot of laws that are changing that are allowing victims to come out like at later times. So I know that victims, a lot of times victims were like kind of like, oh, I don't want to come out because of statute of limitations in terms of like if they were wanting to press charges. They were like, oh, well, it's too late now. This happened when I was like, 5 and I'm 15 and I'm really telling my parents and they're like, oh, well, it's too late now. We can't even go to court about it or anything. I heard this like too, like, oh, we can't go to court over it anymore or anything, so we can't prove it to the family, because a guilty verdict would be a way to prove it, right? We can't prove it because we can't take it to the court, so just forget about it and stay away from that person, So it's kind of like, oh, so well, so if that matters to anybody, you know what I'm saying? If that's something that's kind of like holding you back from even coming out about it. If you're like, I don't only want to say something if I could, file criminal charges or that person could go to jail. And it's been so long. Actually, look it up. I'm sorry, I don't have the information, but I'm pretty sure that the statute of limitations, which means the time that lapsed between the time of the incident, the occurrence of whatever happened to you, until the time that you file or you charges or you seek restitution is that's the statute of limitations. It used to be like, oh, if you don't do it within 3 years of the incident, then you can't do it no more, but it's I'm sure I those that time has expanded, so it's even more. It could be even 20 years or something like that. I know for the church it's like open. There's not even a statute of limitations
awesome.
for the church.
And I think that's good information, you know, because I think I will say that I know that it's just like you want some justice, right? Like the fuck, you know what I mean? Like this motherfucker isn't that right, but is you just don't. I'm telling you, man. I know you. I might not. Some people might not feel what I feel, but it is. It does something to you to be able to talk about it. You know what I mean? And be able to fucking put these motherfuckers on blast because you know what? Like I said, um, they bank out on it, or Erica said, sorry, that they bank out on it. And when you do this, imagine everybody that didn't had no idea this person was like that. You get what I'm saying? That is now like, oh fuck that, I ain't taking my daughter over there, or I ain't gonna take the kids over there no more. Like, did you hear what fucking Pedro did over there? Excuse me, or Maria did to the kid over there, or found out like that's the most thing. That's where it's more like, yes, you motherfucker. Because trust me, people might not talk about it, or one might not tell you thank you for saying something, but trust me that they won't fuck. I'm not gonna send my kid over there if I find out some shit. Like Erica,
I even heard about it. If I even heard something, it's kind of fucked up. But if I even heard like, hey, I heard somebody might have did something, it's like, oh, I'm not taking my chances, right?
yeah, and like we were saying last time, right? And we were talking about how me and the homie Jeremy were used to go around looking for fools through the little app. There's an app. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's an app. Look it up. You put your city in or where you live at, your zip code and shit, and anybody that's and again, remember, there's a thing where even if you piss, you have to register. But the good thing is if you get the good app, because there's like a couple of cheap free apps there, but there's one you can pay for. I was paying for this motherfucker. It gives you their name and what they did, their address and everything, their fucking
Like
phone numbers and
risk,
shit, like the
yeah.
probation officer, like so. Those are good. People don't know that there's actual people that's been fighting for shit like this, right? That put things into play like apps or hotlines and things like that. Like, hey, maybe that's what you need, a hotline where no one knows who you are and you can talk. I don't have those hotlines for you, you know what I mean? But what I will do is I'll look some up and I'll tag it on our IG when I post up the episodes up on Podbean and shit. I'll put some up, you know what I mean? So people will know because I think that's we've talked about it before that we hate to give information and it's like, oh, what the fuck, fool? But you didn't tell me where I could go. So my bad for that. But
We're gonna get better with it.
like
We're gonna actually have it.
yeah. So and so like for reals, we're always trying to keep it under an hour, and but I just really thought that this is a subject that we need to talk about with just all the shit that's going down. I believe that um again, this is just something on off topic. I think that in the near future, shit's really gonna pop off. And the reason I say is because I really am like research shit like this, and like with the Epstein shit, like oh my god, man, like there's just so much shit. And so, but go research it. You know what I mean? Because not all information you get is factual, and some is a little exaggerated and things. So just
Yeah. So the way you fact check is like the first this is how you fact check to make sure that you're getting from the right source. So let's say, and I'm just being dumb, not dumb, but sometimes people do this. Your first source of news was Instagram,
yep.
okay? And let's say because you're like, oh,
And don't bring
well,
up the
sometimes
lines.
well, sometimes you don't get the news from your homie's profile. Sometimes you get the news. Let's say you follow CNN, and you're like, hey, I follow CNN though. That's an actual news source, right? Like, so, okay, still, fact check. So CNN posts this. That's not make it fact. So what did they post? Okay, go Google right now. Go Google on Google and research whatever CNN is talking about and see what other articles or what other news media is talking about it when they were talking about it to make sure it's around the same time that they're talking about it. Because sometimes somebody will post something that's a video that was posted 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's some shit that happened a long time ago, right? So you do that. If you don't see it, okay, so then you go do that. And there's articles, the recent articles. Make sure that there's not another article by the same source, which is CNN. So you have to look at other articles. Go scroll down, and if there's other articles, and it's like, oh, who else is, if it's like BuzzFeed or something, that's not really
That's
a good
gossip.
news source, right? Like it's gossip. So yeah, that's not a good source. That's not gonna back up CNN. So that's how you go about it. You know what I mean? Like for example, you have to have another source that kind of says the same thing. That's a reliable source, right? To the first source that you got. You can't just go off of one thing that you saw and say, "Oh, this is fact."
Yeah. So and you should go. I mean, do that. And sorry, I just went all off in my head somewhere else. But so I just thought, I wanted to thank you guys. Always for tuning in. Thank you, Nato. You know what I'm saying? You're always tuning in. Thank everybody that tuned in, and I just thought, what I mean, it's important. We shouldn't just put this under the rug, and it's not just Epstein coming out with it, and okay, now everybody's free. Like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, this shit happens close, more often than you think, and it's something that is.
Even with the whole Epstein thing, like what's really being done with it, they put a whole documentary out on it, which includes the Clintons being on the island and freaking bunch of pictures with our current quote unquote president being involved with these people, and it's just like, okay.
And then that's what that's gonna take me back to, like, don't let all these politicians fill you up with some bullshit, and don't let the people that fight for these politicians influence you on some shit, because they all got something. Something's going down with one of these motherfuckers, one way or another.
And usually it's money or like some kind of bribery or something.
Yeah.
In California, I'm gonna post on the Instagram for IG. In Pasadena, there was a report that was put out, and I think there was like $40,000 that 5 of our council members took for money. Victor Gordo, which is the representative in my district, he took $7.5 from the Pasadena Police Union. So 5 of our district council members have taken money for their campaigns and stuff like that from the Pasadena Police Union, or the union, which means that therefore they're going to be doing whatever it is that's in the police's agenda and their agenda, because they funded them and their campaign. $7,500 is a pretty nice chunk of change. There was another one, I think I want to say Kennedy or something like that, who got like $10K from the police union. So there's a bunch of things like that you could look up. That's like, oh shit, okay. But look out who's funding, who's campaigning for what. That's another different story, but yeah.
No, but that's important because, if you think
Actually, we're going to do our next episode on this whole voting and how to do research on the voting thing, you think? Maybe.
Sorry, maybe what? But so just look into that. Who's backing who up? Because always someone's doing some backing for something or somebody. It's like the Epstein, all those houses that Epstein got were donated by some dude, and he was paying that sold it to him for $1.
Why?
Like what? For $1?
Who does that?
Like, and big ass houses. Like, you guys seen these? Like, look it up. And then where they found Maxwell, the fucking his little fucking lackey he had, the girl. That home was given to her for $1. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who the fuck funds you? Who the hell believes in what you're doing? You know what I mean? And I guarantee you, it's somebody that's big chilling over there, rubbing elbows with some other person, and you're like, what the fuck? So research, make sure it's going on. Mental health issues are not the same as fucking pedophiles. You know what I mean? Don't fucking mix it up. Go fucking. I hope that fucking lovely Peaches bitch Instagram gets shut down. I don't know why it's still up. It's fucking awkward and weird.
Maybe we should do something where we should do a call to have it shut down instead of, hey, go look at it. Hey, go flag it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, like I said, that's what I was saying earlier. I don't give the info, and I wasn't saying it for you guys to go look and give her likes and shit. Just more like be aware. What the fuck? There's actual people that like this shit. That's weird shit. Like, be aware of that shit. There is people liking that shit. You know what I mean? Saying how cute. Like, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna go there. I just wanted to, end this with, I appreciate you guys always for checking in. And fucking other than that, just please subscribe, to the channel. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in. We'll see you guys next week on Wednesday. And till then, we'll be out. Peace. 2 beans in a motherfucking pot.
Deuces. Bye, people.